Start with just an introduction.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Blaine Carter.
Oh, we introduce him one at a time? Is that how we're doing?
That's the blooper reel.
Well, the actual concept of Merrymeeting Kennels actually came from the town of Brunswick, which was, we lived at the time on Merrymeeting Road.
Yep.
And if you look, the Androscoggin River is right behind the house, and it was the beginning of Merrymeeting Bay. So that's how Merrymeeting got into our kennel name back in well, it's argumentative. I'm saying 74, and my wife will probably say 75.
Yeah.
So
In that ballpark.
somewhere around that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had, at that point, we had 2 Weimaraners, and no, 1 Weimaraner, we moved in there. And then a year later, I personally thought it'd be cool to have a second one. And then a year or 2 later, I think 1976, a gentleman took pity upon us and gave us a short hair. And we've had short hairs ever since.
We were reading the Times record, and we saw this NAVHDA group running in Bodenham. And at the time, a professional in our area was a gentleman called Steve Babine, and he gave us our first dog, Brandy Mist.
Yep.
That's old. 1976.
Yep.
That's probably your oldest one right there.
Yep. Oh, it is. Yep. Babine's Brandy Mist. Yep.
And you started with running, and that was the Yankee chapter.
No, that was the Northeast
back
chapter.
then that was the
There was
Northeast
no
chapter
such
of
thing.
NAVHDA.
Yeah.
And it was the first test ever in Maine
Gotcha.
at that time. Except our dogs weren't doing as well as the pointers and setters. I could get out of the back course, but my dog kept finding birds. I never made it to the bird field.
It was Stubby Owens and his
yes.
puppies
Yeah.
were all trained. No, they weren't puppies; they were adults. But they ran, and Blaine ran,
Yeah, we all had a good run.
they placed 1, 2, 3, and Blaine got honorable mention. So he turned some heads there.
Yeah, that was I guess that was really the turning point of us learning how to train as well.
You didn't really do much hunting.
No, none.
When did you start hunting? Did you start hunting with him?
Yeah, I would follow Dad along, and of course pick up sticks and
Oh my
every
gosh,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
everything. She
So
could
I
find
yeah,
anything.
yeah. But the passion grew, and I didn't have a dog, but I followed along with his dogs, and so that was fun. As we're building this house, we had a litter of puppies on 1984. Mason was here putting the chimney together, and he had a bunch of these blocks delivered for the chimney. So we put them each in a block. And they was tired enough to stay there, so it was pretty cute. So Micah and Adam are in I think this is Adam. And Blaine had all means of taking, plans of taking Adam, a big male, nice dog. And then I thought, it'd be kind of cool if I'd had, a puppy. So I had the sister. And they actually lived to be 16 years old and passed away really close to each other. So, yeah. So we learned a lot with those 2 dogs.
I was.
Did you say I taught you all you knew?
I think I was a freshman in high school.
Before you finally shot a bird?
Yeah.
Oh, at that point.
Because I was, and it was kind of like a big deal for me, because I did it alone, and I did it with a dog, and it was on the wing, and I can picture it right now. So as far as the hunting piece goes, I think that's what drew me into dog training. What drew you into dog training?
Well, I kind of grew up with the same problem Jason had. I had a father that was pretty fired up on hunting as well, but he was a houndsman. He ran bear. Well, we were in the woods 24/7. The dog side of hunting was I just grew up with them, and then when I was in the military, I was in security police in the Air Force, and then I got stationed in Vietnam for a while, And when I came back, I didn't want any more of that. But I had met some canine guys out on post and these dogs. So being because of my rank, I was the NCO in charge of training at Yokota Air Force Base. And I did all my training. I went to Okinawa and did all my dog training.
Fetch.
Just tell it bad.
Bad. Fetch. Drop.
So when I got to Merrymeeting Road, and then I met Steve Babine, that's just the whole conglomerate of life had just put it all together for me. And then to subsidize my hunting, that's when we really started dog training.